On a cold and silent night, the sky above the alien world burned with strange red clouds. The land was empty, covered with black stone and poisonous mist. Far away, a river moved like a giant snake, dark and endless. This river was feared by all. It was called the River of Death. Legends said no one ever came back from its waters. Some believed monsters lived inside. Some whispered it was cursed by gods. Others said the river itself was alive, hungry, and waiting. Everyone feared it, and no one dared to go near it. But tonight, something terrible was happening. A group of armored warriors marched across the rocky ground. Their weapons glowed faint blue. Their steps were heavy, and between them they dragged a prisoner. The prisoner was not human. His skin was pale silver, his eyes glowing green. His body was weak from chains. He was an alien captured in battle. The warriors pushed him forward. Their leader spoke in a voice like stone. "Tonight, you will meet your end. You will be given to the river of death. It will take your soul, and you will be forgotten." The alien's heart pounded. He had heard of this river. He had seen men tremble when its name was spoken, but now he stood before it. The river looked alive. The water moved thick and black. It bubbled like boiling oil. A smell of rot filled the air. The sound of rushing current was like whispers of thousands of voices. The alien felt his chest tighten. Fear tried to break his will, but he forced himself to stand tall. The leader raised his hand. The warriors lifted the alien high. He struggled, but the chains cut his skin. His voice cried out, "You do not know what you are doing. The river does not only kill, it hides secrets. It hides." But his words were cut short. With a brutal push, they threw him into the water. The alien's body splashed into the black current. At once the cold grabbed him. The river felt like ice and fire together. His lungs screamed as the water dragged him down. Darkness closed around him. The last thing he saw above the surface was the glowing eyes of the warriors, watching, waiting, expecting him to vanish forever. But something strange happened. Instead of death, the alien felt a pull, not only downward but deeper, deeper than the river should go. It was as if the water had no bottom. The current carried him through tunnels of shadow. His chains glowed faintly, and the voices grew louder, whispering in a language he almost understood. His heart raced. His mind screamed, "This is not just water. This is not only death." He opened his eyes, and there, in the black water, he saw light. It was faint at first, glowing like fireflies, then stronger. Shapes appeared. Ancient ruins lay beneath the riverbed, broken pillars, giant statues with faces worn away, machines, half buried in stone, all glowing with strange symbols. The alien could hardly believe it. The river of death was not only a grave, it was hiding something. Something ancient and powerful. The whispers grew clearer now. They spoke of the past. They spoke of war. They spoke of a power that could change everything. The alien's body twisted in the current. He tried to swim, but the chains pulled him down. His breath was almost gone. His vision blurred, yet his mind burned with one thought. "If I survive, I must tell the world. This river is more than death. It is a doorway." The current grew faster, dragging him deeper into the ruins. The light grew brighter. Shadows danced. For a moment, he thought he saw movement, something alive, something waiting for him. His fear grew sharper, but so did his curiosity. Above the river, the warriors turned away. Their leader nodded. "It is done. The river has claimed him." None of them knew the truth. None of them knew what the alien had seen. None of them guessed that the prisoner was not dead, but crossing into a secret that had been buried for centuries. And as the alien sank deeper, his eyes wide with both terror and wonder, the river of death whispered again, "You were not thrown here to die. You were chosen." The alien's body kept sinking deeper and deeper into the black water. His chest burned, and his lungs begged for air. Yet something inside him refused to give up. His glowing green eyes opened wide, searching through the darkness. Around him, the ruins grew larger. He saw tall stone arches covered in strange glowing marks, machines half broken but still humming with weak light. The water pressed against his body like heavy chains, yet his mind was alive with fear and wonder. He realized this was not a natural river. No river could hide such things. This was a graveyard of an ancient world, a secret place no one was meant to see. The whispers in his head grew louder, voices echoing through the water. They spoke in a language long forgotten, yet his mind began to understand. "You are not the first," the voices said. "Many were thrown here, many were lost, but you are different, you are chosen." The alien's heart pounded. He shook his head. He did not want to believe the voices, but their words wrapped around his thoughts like vines. Suddenly, the current shifted. Pulling him through a broken gate of stone, he tumbled into a wide open space beneath the river. A giant cavern filled with glowing crystals, broken towers rose from the riverbed, and in the center stood a massive statue. Its face was cracked, but its hands reached out as if warning or welcoming him. The alien tried to swim upward, but the chains dragged him down. His body grew weaker, his vision blurred, yet just when he thought it was over, the river itself seemed to release him. The chains fell loose, sinking away into the darkness. He gasped, somehow able to breathe. Not air but something else. The water filled his chest, but instead of killing him, it gave him strength. He floated in shock. This is impossible, he thought. The river does not kill me, it changes me. His silver skin glowed faintly, his wounds closed, his mind felt sharper. The whispers became clearer. You see now, the voices said, this river is not death, it is memory. It is the blood of the old ones. The alien touched one of the glowing pillars, and in an instant visions flashed before his eyes. He saw great ships flying through space. He saw armies marching under strange banners. He saw creatures far older than any race he knew, and he saw them fall, crushed by something even greater. The vision ended with a single image, a world burning, up, shadows stretching across the stars, then silence. The alien pulled back, trembling, his heart filled with dread. The river of death was not only a prison, it was a warning, a record of a power that once destroyed galaxies. And maybe, it was still alive. Suddenly, the water around him stirred, a shape moved in the darkness, something large, something alive. It swam through the ruins with glowing eyes. Its body was like a serpent, covered with scales of silver and black. It circled him slowly, watching, testing. The alien froze, knowing he was nothing against such a beast. The whispers spoke again. Guardian, they said. It protects the secret. It tests the worthy. The serpent-like guardian opened its mouth, rows of sharp teeth glowing faint blue. It rushed toward him. The alien's heart raced. He pushed himself backward, his hands finding a broken weapon half buried in stone. It was old, heavy, but it hummed with faint energy, with a cry of desperation. The alien swung the weapon as the guardian attacked. The clash sent shockwaves through the water. Light burst across the ruins. The alien's body shook with pain, but he held on, refusing to surrender. The guardian pulled back, its glowing eyes staring at him. For a long moment, they faced each other. Then, slowly, the creature lowered its head and swam away. The whispers returned, louder now. You are not dead. You are not lost. You are chosen. The alien breathed heavily, floating in the glowing cavern. He knew, now this was not an accident. He had not been thrown here only to die. The river had tested him. It had shown him the truth. The galaxy was in danger. The shadow he had seen in the vision was real, but he was not alone. Far above, on the riverbank, something moved. A figure was watching the black water with calm eyes. A human, standing tall, unafraid of the river of death, as if waiting for the alien to rise. The alien floated in the glowing cavern, his chest rising and falling slowly. The visions still burned inside his mind, the shadow across the stars, the fall of ancient empires, the guardian that tested his will. It was too much, yet he understood one truth. The river of death was not the end, it was the beginning. But now, something else called to him. He felt a presence above. His glowing eyes turned upward through the dark water, and there, on the riverbank far above, a figure stood, a human, silent and still, watching the water with steady eyes. The alien frowned. Humans were strange. They were not the oldest race, not the strongest, not the most advanced, and yet they were everywhere, always surviving, always fighting. He had never feared them, but now he felt something new, a sense that this human knew more than he should. The current shifted again. The alien was carried upward. His body broke the surface of the black water. He gasped, coughing, his silver skin glowing faintly in the night. The warriors who had thrown him in were gone. They believed he was dead, but the human was still there, waiting. The alien dragged himself to the riverbank, weak and shaking. His voice was raw. Why are you here? He asked. The human stepped closer. His eyes were sharp, filled with calm fire. He reached out a hand and pulled the alien to his feet. You saw it, didn't you? The human said. His voice was quiet but heavy. The river showed you, the shadow, the fall, the danger that is coming. The alien's eyes widened. You know, he whispered, you know what lies beneath. You knew this river was more than death. The human nodded. We have been here before, he said, Long ago, when humans first came to this world, the river tested us too. It gave us the same visions, the same warning. That is why we never feared it. That is why we guard it. The alien's mind spun. He had always believed humans were reckless, fragile creatures, yet now he saw something else. They had survived the river, they had faced the guardian, they had carried the memory of the old ones, and they had kept it secret. The human looked at him closely. The galaxy does not listen to humans. They see us as weak, but we are stronger than they think. We adapt, we endure, and when the shadow comes, it will not be the old empires who rise, it will be us. The alien shivered. The visions returned in his mind, the burning worlds, the armies falling, the endless shadow. He realized the truth. The river had not chosen him alone. It had chosen to reveal the secret because the time was near, the danger was real, and only those willing to face it could survive. He looked at the human, and for the first time in his life, he felt respect, deep and unshakable. Then we must fight together, the alien said. Your people, my people, we cannot stop what is coming alone. The human's lips curved into the smallest smile. That is the lesson of the river, he replied. It does not kill the worthy, it forges them, it shows the truth. And the truth is this: humanity will not only survive, we will lead. The alien felt the weight of the words. He knew they were not spoken in arrogance, but in certainty. He had seen the courage of humans before, their stubborn will, their fire, but now he understood it fully. Humanity was different, humanity was dangerous, humanity was unstoppable. The wind howled across the river, the black waters bubbled as if alive, the whispers echoed again, faint but clear. You are chosen, together you will stand, or together you will fall. The human turned and walked toward the horizon, his steps firm, his back straight. The alien followed, his body still weak but his spirit burning. He knew now that his people alone could not face the coming darkness. But with humanity, there was a chance, a small chance, but enough. Behind them, the river of death flowed silently. The guardian swam below, watching, guarding, waiting. The ruins glowed faintly in the deep. The voices of the old ones whispered on, carrying their warning, carrying their hope. And as the alien looked, one last time, at the cursed water, he no longer felt fear. Instead, he felt something stronger, a new bond, a new belief, that maybe the galaxy's last hope did not lie in the ancient empires, but in the fragile yet unbreakable hands of humanity. For, in the face of death, humans did not bow, they rose, and the alien knew the age of humanity had just begun.